On Foundry Street I once mould cast, down at the forge me by, but the forge and the cast have fallen to the past. What a damn fine shame, doesn't matter who's to blame, to the wives, the sons and daughters. In this harbour town I once jigged cod, south of Table Head me by, but my jig she's up, 'cause the cod's all gone. What a damn fine shame, doesn't matter who's to blame, to the wives, the sons and daughters. On one B road I used to work, down in the pit me by, but my work she's through, 'cause the pit she blew. What a damn fine shame, doesn't matter who's to blame, to the wives, the sons and daughters. So I walk these streets as I look for work, living off the pokey pie, but old is 52 and no one needs you. What a damn fine shame, doesn't matter who's to blame, to the wives, the sons and daughters. This bedroom town I call my home. People say the bay by, the young people here, away they roam. What a damn fine shame, doesn't matter who's to blame, to the wives, the sons and daughters. What a damn fine shame, doesn't matter who's to blame, to the wives, the sons and daughters. Once upon fisherman out of Glace Bay, a small fry in the big sea full of man-eating fish. The only life he has known has been taken away by them government suits who do as they wish. So where from the air, let's say a number we'll take, and we'll call this the line that they make or they break. And for any who are over, there's another year to choose, and for all who are under, the license they will lose. Ah, you didn't quite make it, boy, we're sorry that you lose. Forfeit your license, it's another life for you. There's not enough fish for the wee chosen few. Here's a settlement check, and it's all we will do. So with a wee sum of money, a new life I must make. No longer my living from the sea shall I take. So what do I say to my wife and my kid? As for my father's boat, she's not up for bids. Not a viable method, so they told him on the day. It's not like the days of your father. You'll never make money, you're too small to stay. He's a once-upon fisherman out from the bay. wife, she just hugs him, says we'll find a way. The old boat, she's still sound, you can still make her pay. So hold me tonight, and tomorrow you will see that there's tourism dollars that they're passing out for free. So he's fishing for tourists now on both sides of the tide. He's just south of Camp where the whales come to rise. And they all say he's lucky for the life that he chose, and they all pay in cash, and I wonder who will lose. It was westward they came, off the North Valley farm, for a new way of life, the industrial charms that lured most away from the land they so loved. Their eye on the money, they pushed and they shoved. And from the black of the coal came the grey of the steel. For a company man, there's a house in the deal. From Glacebay to Bog Row were coal towns that grew, and we all marked the time when the pit whistles blew. We all marked the time when the pit whistles blew. Sleeping two at the foot, some had five in one bed. These families were common, there were mouths to be fed. So first dressed was best dressed in hand-me-down clothes, sticky rolled oats on the old kitchen stove. But we joined with the unions, kept working and fighting, make the young see the value, all the reading and writing. A generation's passed and now those who remained are industry workers and houses the same. Industry workers and houses the same. Today it's not simple just to bring home the bread. With an outdated industry, the country's unread. The family's much smaller, with two now that sleep, as the old man pays college in the coal mine so deep. But they'll come home from the city and they'll speak of life grand, with a tear in their eye, shaking goodbye my hand. With the want of the better, far away they will roam. My sister's in Toronto, the place she calls home. My sister's in Toronto, the place she calls home. Sitting here, a single mom with three kids heading home. The shattered life of a battered wife for years she has known. The one who stole her heart away she believed until the end. But the kids you see mean more to her than he ever can. She said, I wish that you would tell to me what it was I done to you. It says do unto others, and I do hope that it's true. I can't think of one good reason why you're treating me this way. I remember that old story, every dog will have his day. I'll take my time, I'll do it my way. I'll walk this road, be who I am. I know the road is gonna be a long one, but I'll be me and do what I can. It's hard for me to believe there's people in the world like you. Thank God my mother taught me how to do the things I do. Your lies have many faces looking straight into my eyes. It takes all kinds of people. Could someone tell me why? I'll take my time, I'll do it my way. I'll walk this road, be who I am. I know the road is gonna be a long one, but I'll be me and do what I can. They say if it's worth doing, you know it's worth doing right. Believe in what you're doing, stand your ground and fight. All the best laid plans of mice and men don't always work that way. It takes all kinds of people to make the world, so they say. Herself all alone on the outside looking in. She knows someday she'll find a way to let her spirit win. She's been so many places as far as her eyes can lend, but a dream inside's keeping her alive. Broken hearts will mend. I'll take my time, I'll do it my way. I'll walk this road, be who I am. I know the road is gonna be a long one, but I'll be me and do what I can. I'll be me and do what I can. Away concerns of every day, from the roll on the dole, it's the money hard earned. But things they will change, at least that's what they say, in a come day go day town. In a come day go day town, there's nothing really matters if your heart goes feeling down. All the face is the same, why do I remain in this come day go day town? I'm standing here just a singing my songs. I'm playing them clean and I sing them out so proud. But the music doesn't matter to most here in this crowd. In a come day go day town. In a come day go day town, there's nothing really matters if your heart goes feeling down. All the face is the same, why do I remain in this come day go day town? But if you love what you do and someone loves you, there's a peace that'll come from within. Keep on singing your song, sing 'em proud, play 'em strong. In a come day go day town, There's nothing really matters if your heart goes feeling down. All the face is the same, why do I remain in this come day go day town? Well, the night she was finished and the music well done, I'm heading for home like a band on the run. Well, I sure did have some fun and I gave it me all in this come day go day town. In a come day go day town, there's nothing really matters if your heart goes feeling down. All the face is the same, why do I remain in this come day go day town? In this come day go day town. My schooling was over, my learning began. What would I do for my mark on this land? With hard times at home and no future for me, I left my true love from the North Sydney Quay. Now the things that I thought of as I sailed that day, from me friends and me family I was going away. The first time it hit me, I'll never forget how the fiddle was playing MacNeil's Lament. It's the letters from home, they now tell me the news. There's a fishery crisis, more jobs we will lose. We love you, we miss you, good times we still share. Last week at the Quay, John Allen was there. So it's had swollen eyes and a lump in my throat. Now I thought of me one love, I wanted her most. She's my lady of ladies, the one love for me. And I left her there from the North Sydney Quay. So I took out my fiddle and I rosined the bow, and I played the slow airs so sad, sweet and low. When the tones they were over, there were tears on my face. My heart had enough, now I'm leaving this place. So I crossed o'er the Cats, oh the causeway that day. Thank Christ that I'm home, now I'm here sure to stay. In the arms of me lady as I look out to sea, dancing a jig on the North Sydney Quay. Dancing a jig on the North Sydney Quay. smell the heat from the kitchen stove when you first walk through the door. His father smiles when he sees you, and he knows you've met before. And as he opens up the oven door, his both feet off the floor, there's a happy smile comes on his face. He's home again once more. I could tell we woke his old man up, the lines were on his face, but he swears that it's no bother as a pot of tea he makes. And then he asks us if we're hungry, did we have a bite today? Your mother's gone to Halifax, Christmas ain't far away. And he takes his favorite chair as the hardwood hit the stove. No one sits there, 'cause that's my chair in the house down by the Cove. The weather's turning to an icy cold, that ain't no small talk here. I seen a rabbit just turn to white, it's the season of the deer. So I'm going out to the camp this year and spend a few days, a place to go to clear my head of every day's craze. And he takes his favorite chair beside the kitchen stove. No one sits there, 'cause that's my chair in the house down by the Cove. It's seldom that we'll say goodbye, it's time to make a move. So I guess we'll catch you later. It's a crazy life we chose, but with the driveway's long and the teapot's on, me dog outside the door, and I'll always feel so welcome. I know I'm home for sure. And he takes his favorite chair beside the kitchen stove. No one sits there, 'cause that's my chair in the house down by the Cove. Yes, you know that that's my chair beside the kitchen stove, and it stays there when I'm not here in the house down by the Cove. Spirit of Donald from Brador. My ways are not meager, and no, I'm not poor. Was to me God-given, and I give it to you. Here in the music, in the land that I hold to, on the island of islands, my rock in the sea, where hard times are good times for people like me. With a love of the laughter, the music and song, with the will to survive and the strength to go on. And you may knock me down and I'll always get up. You'll never hear me say that I've had enough. With all that I have, I'll fight for the more. The way I was raised on the Cape Breton shore, the pavement as I'm singing out the tunes. Now the wife takes thinks I'm crazy out chasing the moon. All the people that you meet, it's all politics, they say. Another day, another dollar, and I'll pave my own way. Love many and trust a few, it's a prosperous way. There's a high tax upon the back, the working man pays. So don't tell me none of your lies, make promises in haste. You'll boil up my blood and leave my mouth this bitter taste. And you may knock me down and I'll always get up. You'll never hear me say that I've had enough. With all that I have, I'll fight for the more. The way I was raised on the Cape Breton shore. Now I know my old lady, she didn't lie to me. If you think that you found love, then let it go free. But she didn't tell me I'd follow it too. At the end of the rainbow, fairy tales are not true. She said money, it can't buy love, but it'll sure calm your nerves. You get from this life only what you deserve. So give what you got and give to it well. I'll give to the music and the stories it tells. And it may knock me down and I'll always get up. You'll never hear me say that I've had enough. With all that I have, I'll fight for the more. The way I was raised on the Cape Breton shore. Yes, you may knock me down and I'll always get up. You'll never hear me say that I've had enough. With all that I have, I'll fight for the more. The way I was raised on the Cape Breton shore. And you'll nae knock me down on my Cape Breton shore. Used to be a miner, but that was yesterday. Rising early in the morning, and from his family gone all day. Now there's times that I still see him coming down the honey road. I still hear his tea can rattle as up the steps he strode. While in his prime was another time, and a talk of long ago. In better days and hard work ways, everyone a bitter toll. But now he is much older, he's still set in his ways, with the place to rest in the kitchen, after supper there he lays. But in the evening he would sit, blowing smoke rings from his pipe, and he'd ask me my lessons, making sure I got 'em right. And then he'd tell to me the stories of life that used to be, all the days of fun when he was young, running wild and free. Now there's times I often wonder if he's happy there alone, in the quiet of the evening, no TV, no phone. All the news that's on that radio would frighten any man. So I asked him about the old folks' home, and he cursed me like the damned. 'Cause in the evening now he sits, blowing smoke rings from his pipe. He's all alone by the kitchen stove, somewhere in the night. But he smiles when he thinks about his life that used to be, all the days of fun when he was young, running wild and free. So now I see my own son, and he's running wild and free. And I think of my grandfather and what he was to me. Now there are times I feel so sorry for the times that I made him mad. While looking through his eye, he was not lonely, he was never sad. 'Cause in the evening now I sit, blowing smoke rings from his pipe, and I'll ask the boy his lessons, making sure he's got 'em right. And then I'll tell to him the stories that were oft times told to me, all the days of fun when Grandad was young, running wild and free. 'Cause in the evening he would sit, blowing smoke rings from his pipe, and he'd ask me my lessons, making sure I got 'em right. And then he'd tell to me the stories of a life that used to be, all the days of fun when he was young, running wild and free. All the days of fun when he was young, running wild and free. She was 5 miles east off the Bird Island tide, Atlantic sunrise on the boat named with pride. Out off the island on the shores of Bulladree, fighting for a living by and taking her from the sea. The old man he gave to me my salt water soul. Hey, heed to the mark, me boy, now do as you were told. He taught me how to tie the suds, run 15 tubs of line. Do for me a favour, boy, now don't you waste my time. Singing the songs of a fisherman's way, tell him the stories of those good old days. When working was a plenty, she was never all done. The ways of a father always passed on to his son. Now give the crew to credit, the stories they stand tall, as the old guys play cribbage at the town fire hall. The talk is that they're glad they're not fishing these days. The going's just as rough, me boy, and a few can make her pay. Singing the songs of a fisherman's way, tell him the stories of those good old days. When working was a plenty, she was never all done. The ways of a father always passed on to his son. For 3 generations she served without fail, and just because the rules have changed, no, she's not for sale. She'll be my cabin cruiser, an Atlantic sunrise, 5 miles east off the Bird Island tide. Singing the songs of a fisherman's way, tell him the stories of those good old days. When working was a plenty, she was never all done. The ways of a father always passed on to his son. And a man became a man upon the day he had a son. For 200 years this farmhouse has stood on English town land of English town wood, laid upon foundation carved from solid stone. by the hand of my forefathers, and will always be my home. Some are waging battle in the courts upon the land. Mother Nature in the balance, time is measured sand. In the land of time and money, they consider all too few. This outweighs the many, and the story's nothing new. Speaking of progress and prosperity, dreaming of the money in the land of the free. But the sun rises golden on the great lakes of Mordor, in the land of the maples, my Cape Breton shore. They're dredging off the Black Rock just off Kelly's Cove, 'cause the tankers need deep water to haul the mother load. And over Kelly's mountain there's a scar upon the land. They're blasting rock and gravel where the maples used to stand. And the necktie smile progress as the lonely seabirds cry. Greedy eyes don't take the time or see the reasons why. So blinded by the money, the deeds they cannot see, sound the drum for warning here in the land of trees. So look just o'er the mountain, down on the Campbell side. There's days the water's money on the outgoing tide. I still hear the old men, the wisdom of their years, saying heed our words of warning, but it's fallen on deaf ears. Speaking of progress and prosperity, dreaming of the money in the land of the free. But the sun rises golden on the great lakes of Mordor, in the land of the maples, my Cape Breton shore. In the land of the maples, my Cape Breton shore. So now as closer grows the city, that hears little the cries of pity from the small town halls where once the rafters shook, with the Gaelic on the tongue as the wool was stretched and wrung by the hands whose bones now rest upon the hill. And as each day is taken away with some new tax to pay, dig deeper in your pockets, so we're told. But this is progress, so they say, as the young all drift away from the land of their forefathers' bones. Where once we heard the fiddles play and watched the dancers step the night away, as the legend of the Gael were stories told. And in the evening fields of the Barra Glen, there's the presence of how it was back when the music of the piper filled the air. So in the evenings now, near the end of the day, I still hear the drones as the piper plays, as his music stirs the souls of those gone before. And as the darkness takes its hold, and another day is brought to fold, it's always the music that seems to console. For they say that McNeil has come home to the glen, and his gale is as strong as it was back when Angus McCaskill pulled the front beam from Long Rory's boat. And on the pipes every day, at least 30 does he play. Ah, melodies of a music long forgotten. And there's a peace o'er the grave where his forefathers lay, for the sound of their pipes in the hill. For in Highland kilt the pipers play as a boyens dance the night away on a hardwood floor whereupon the swords are crossed. And to the evening ears are pibroch airs, for front porch swings with ladies fair, as the music of the piper fills the air.